Digesting this news of an impeachment inquiry to help us figure out exactly what this means. We are joined live in studio tonight by Dr. Sam Nelson, Associate Professor, Political Science and Public Administration at the University of Toledo. Thanks for joining us and helping us understand this. You know, up to this point, Speaker Pelosi has strayed away from impeachment talks. So explain, what does this impeachment inquiry mean and where does it go from here?
I think she's been really hesitant to get to this stage. This is an escalation or an intensification of what's already going on, the investigations in 6 other committees. But now it's official. It has the name impeachment inquiry.
And now, will it see the light of day? Because we know the Democrats have control of one house, the Republicans have control of the other.
Well, certainly Democrats in the House can move forward with their impeachment inquiry. They can move to a full House vote on impeachment, send a bill of impeachment over to the Senate for trial. So they can push this pretty far forward. Doesn't necessarily mean they can get removal of the president, but they can certainly get to the point where there's a Senate trial.
As we wait a response from the GOP tonight, the president's office releasing a statement saying that they will release the transcript of his conversation with the president of Ukraine, but that's not the sticking point. The sticking point is the whistleblower report that has not been released.
It's the full whistleblower report. The transcript is just one piece of it, that phone call that we've already been hearing about. Just one piece of a broader picture of involvement with Ukraine that might have been over a matter of weeks or months.
All right, Dr. Sam Nelson, something we will definitely stay on. Thank you so much for joining us. We are talking to a political science expert from the University of Toledo about what's next. Emma Henderson live in studio tonight. Emma, you watched Speaker Pelosi's announcement with Dr. Sam Nelson earlier tonight. What does he think this could mean for the upcoming election?
Andrew, Dr. Nelson said this week is going to be very important, but how the rest of this inquiry goes is really unknown. While there are 3 examples of impeachment inquiries with other presidents, there isn't just one right or wrong way to move forward.
Dr. Nelson believes the Ukraine whistleblower complaint is the factor that tipped the scales for Speaker Nancy Pelosi to open an impeachment inquiry against the president.
And that's probably the most serious charge to date against the president, even compared to the Mueller investigation and the whole Russia investigation.
But opening an impeachment inquiry is the beginning of what could be a long process as campaigns for the 2020 presidential election are picking up.
Nobody can really predict the politics of having this going on while primaries are going on.
The biggest difference he anticipates going forward is Congress's ability to get people to answer questions at hearings that current Trump officials are claiming executive privilege to avoid.
An impeachment inquiry really turns the screws on those kinds of witnesses and on the White House response to requests from Congress.
He uses a former impeachment hearing as an example.
Nixon claimed executive privilege for the tapes, the Watergate tapes, and when he lost at the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court said, no, that's not privileged, he resigned from office very shortly after that.
There's also a chance that people being forced to speak could help exonerate the president from certain claims. But while the House can initiate impeachment proceedings, it's the Senate, which currently has a Republican majority, that would take the final vote for removal.
The Senate is unlikely to remove the president if the House were to vote a full bill of impeachment and try to put him on trial in the Senate. That's the way it looks right now. That could change.
Nelson believes the campaign trail is where we might see the biggest impact from this.
This very well may increase the enthusiasm of Democratic voters, help mobilize them, help make the stakes clear to them.
Since this is only the 4th time in American history that this has actually happened, Nelson says that he doesn't really know what the time frame is going to be like for this right
This is a lot of political jargon here for the regular folks at home. How can they learn much more about this process, what it means, and the impact it will have?
Well, this was just a small piece of the interview that I was able to do with Dr. Nelson. We actually have a lot more of that available for you right now on WTOL.com. It'll tell you all the knowns and unknowns kind of in this process right now.
Some helpful information, Emma. Thank you so much.